It's an interest. It's a party in this case.
There's part of the many challenges in Liberia: poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. The question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Darius Taylor, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weah, I want to publicly apologize to President Weah. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Walker, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. Oke and Princess Elessa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
Guess what? Let people come and play. I'm with the EPA with me. The song I made and they get it right. My husband has edition is tagging for free bowl. I was there to you know, it's on with the mic. Yes, we the motor
It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you to us. You even claim to even be the hero for your experience. But why you for us? So why the rest not stable? No job, no food, no food on the table. No just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids can't hold. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping body, breaking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people I hate to say you not love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you was going to change things, but we not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather came to rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. That's what yama 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 yama. I will have drama 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 drama. I leave you all sama 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 sama.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and a pleasant welcome to all of you to Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Oliver Kind. As Jeroen Roosevelt is also here today. Unfortunately, we do not have Alexa anywhere around the compound. Hoping that she's good and might probably join us today, or better still tomorrow. There are too many things happening in the country. The Liberian people are in limbo. The government will continue to confuse the people of our country. Unnecessary priorities. Government of mixed priorities. A government where the key issues are subjugated for trivialities. Too many things happening in this particular government that is supposed to be sophisticated. Interestingly, the so-called independent people of yesterday have become praise singers of the regime today. Oh yes, I'm referring to the so-called journalists who were independent before. The so-called independent journalists today have become praise and worshippers. Oh yes, they've become praise and worship leaders of the Joe Baka's administration. They are buying biscuit for Kula Fufana, buying chicle for Colonel Kratokpa. They've turned to errand boys and girls for the current administration. These are individuals who were saying all of the fitigeted things about their colleagues, all of the nonsense about their peers. Interestingly, all of what they are doing cannot hold any water. Oh yeah, in their own government they look like I ain't want to talk. But as I said, when people keep hiding their identities in the name of being independent, it only takes time for their true colors to be exposed. That is what you see happening in today's Liberia. We saw pastors hiding behind the pulpit to propagate the Joe Baka message. Today, those same pastors are crying that the offering basket cannot go to where it used to reach. The same pastors are now crying they can no longer prophesize in the lives of members, because you do all your prophecy from in the morning to the afternoon. The offering will not even cross 1,500 LD. So they have even reduced their prophecies. That is to what extent the society was misled. The gullibility of the Liberian people was used. Interestingly, on today's edition, we look directly into the situation from the Monrovia Consolidated School System. On today, my own cousin and brother, Emmanuel Kind Robertson, his vehicle was barricaded by students and instructors of the Monrovia Consolidated School System in Sinko when they demanded all of their issues be resolved. How come we have a very, very quote-unquote responsible government in power, yet still teachers and students from the Monrovia Consolidated Government School System will continue to protest for better living conditions? The last time we saw doctors, nurses, and health workers at the Phoebe Hospital in Bunk County, interestingly, they were not celebrating good medical facilities. They were criticizing and complaining about the filthy nature of the hospital, the very unconducive working environment at the hospital. They were lamenting the poor working conditions, the unsanitary conditions of the hospital. Very dirty medical place, a very dirty medical center under the Joe Baka administration. And so today we're going to be looking directly into the situation from the MCSS. More to that, we're also going to be looking deeply into the statement that was made by Vice President Jeremiah Kung on ERBZ told Liberians that those who can be overlooking Liberia, they should stop, because Liberia got men, 2 to 3 of them can go in other people's country and capture whole city. Why should a vice president sound like that when the country is in limbo, is in serious issue with another country? The vice president is the second most powerful person in the country, Jeru and fellow Liberians. When the vice president will go to the national radio and say, we got people in the country who 2 or 3 being individuals in the country can go to another country and capture a whole city. What does that mean? Should that be coming from the vice president? Should the vice president be sounding like that? What is it from your angle? What do you make of the statement? We're going to have a whole introspective and analytical discussion on it right here on the People Station. There are too many things to talk about. The republic is gradually crumbling in the hands of arrogant leaders who do not feel the pains of the people. And when the people decide to complain about the form and manner in which they've been treated, they are labeled as dogs. Oh yes. When the people intend to complain about economic hardship, police brutality, nepotism, favoritism, when the people continue to complain about witch hunt and unjustifiable arrest, when the people decide to complain about creeping tyranny in the society, illegal land grabs, when the people continue to talk about the form and manner in which the court is being disrespected by the government, the way turning positions are being terminated, the way the executive branch of government have no regards for the judiciary, when the people continue to look at lawmakers insulting the associate justices of the Supreme Court, and the president was sit and wine and dine with the rebel group of the Capitol, and the people decide to complain on all of those issues, then the government come back. The president will bounce back and call them dogs. In the midst of it all, men got to stand up. Men will have to rise up to the occasion and talk the talk. Inform the government that this is a country of law and not a country of man. Before you, there were others. After you, there will be others. And so regardless of how strong you are, regardless of how brand new your guns are, there were folks who had brand new guns. There were folks who had real power. In the end, history will only refer also either their graves or the beautiful prisons they are currently situated in. Until you can learn from history, history is bound to repeat itself. We take a break. When we come back, we're going to bring you the rest of the conversation with Jeru and I on a dual presentation today, right here on 87.9. The cash giveaway is on *255 *1#. The more you play, the better your chances are. There are folks who are winning, and they keep calling behind the scene. They keep calling to give their information about winning. If you're one of those who have won the $5,000 we've been given since this morning, you can also call and get the information. The same number that gave you the money, you can call us back on it. Don't call the real numbers. Once you receive your 5,000, call the number that gave you the 5,000. That's how it is. There are folks who are winning $5,000. The code remains the same. Dial *255 *1#. The more you play, the better your chances are. Right here on 87.9. And so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we tell you a very difficult situation we are having here up the Freedom Mount. After which, we're going to jump into the conversation of the day right here in the Republic of Liberia.
Bringing self-death to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia.
Okay, so Jerome, good afternoon, my dear brother. Good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, and on behalf of Princess, I'd like to say thanks to all of those watching, those of you monitoring us via radio. I'd like to say thank you, water from the taxi, Transaco, the communities. I'd like to say thank you. We are here once again to share plenty of information, as Oliver can say. And we're in a republic where the president of the Republic of Liberia has said everything is okay. And sometimes you ask yourself, are you pleased with some of these things? What you have seen so far, as the president says, okay, is this what you voted for? But we're here, and we're going to share a lot of information to the public.
Okay, so let's see, Jerome. I'm going to leave you with this quickly to be back. But the folks from the MCSS in Monrovia, the folks from the MCSS.
Why these protesters are stopping? See, it's not moving his vehicle. They are saying that and they are now blocking the assistant superintendent Kaimara Rouse is not moving his vehicle. Why these protesters are stopping? You see, it's not moving his vehicle. They are saying that
Yeah. So these are things that are taking place across the country. And sometimes you come to think about these things happening. You wonder where this country is heading. These are hundreds of young students, public school students, protesting at the headquarters of the MCSS. This is just 2 days after President Joseph Yuma Boakai told Liberians in the United States of America that everything is okay. Now, There is something that has since refused to be buried, and it is the truth. The truth has refused to be buried. You can lie to win an election, but to govern with lies, it will be difficult because everything you use built on lies will never, ever last. And that's where we are. Where people believe at a particular time that if you were to vote the Unity Party, everything will get in place, whether it was 2 years, whether it was 1 year, whether it was 3 years. Look, let me tell you these things. And let me tell you one thing. And you can learn this today. In your community, in your county, in your environment, wherever you find yourself. Learn this today. Anybody you see in rush, wanting to do something for you, be very mindful and careful with that particular person, because that person doesn't mean well for you. If possible, tell the person, I do not have interest in it. I'm not interested. Anybody from today, perhaps you didn't know. Because some of the things that the Unity Party folks were saying during the 2023 election, or even before 2023, with the issue of the protests and all of the things that were done, they were, especially President Bouaka, he was telling you like he's going to play magic. He's going to play magic, like he had the key for everything. In the first 100 days, there will be no vehicle stuck in the. Tell you about the 15 counties. He didn't tell you about Montserrado County. He was telling you kids, young children will not sell in the street. He was telling you that harmonization is the most dangerous thing ever established in this country by a sitting government. This is where we are. This is where we're heading. And I will always say this, Joseph Bouaka, whether you like it or not, the Unity Party government is a complete disgrace to our country, and we are ready. Every day, this country has turned into what we call, Indian tube. The tube that can be in a tire, what we can call Indian tube in Liberia. But it is like Indian tube. Well, when you pass the other hole burst. You pass the other hole burst. And now, the Unity Party government is incapacitated to provide all of the necessity for the people of this country. And that's why when the president is not lying today, the finance minister will be lying tomorrow. When the finance minister is not lying tomorrow, the vice president will be sarcastic to the people. If the vice president is not sarcastic, the ministers will be cheeky. Did we vote for all of these things that you people are doing? The answer is no. The Liberian people voted for a government that will be able to provide where the country resources will be equitably distributed. When the Bogman say equitably distributed, the resources of the country should be divided equally to the Oman in the market, to the pape there who ride the wheelbarrow, to the motorcyclists. You cannot have a government that is incapacitated, cannot provide for the ordinary people. Every day you wake up, there is something new. And those new things we're talking about, we are not talking about things that will bring positivity to the country. Today, young students, not 30, not 40, not 2, not 3, but over hundreds of young students, government school students. Now they can't stand it. Their teachers sitting home because of salary. And then if we were to stretch back to 2023 and see some of the promises made by Joseph Bouaka and his folks, why are we seeing pockets of protests across the country? Liberia is drowning. This country under Bouaka has turned into a Bouaka lifestyle where you getting money. You know, some people on this app, they can say, me, I can get money, but I don't know how we can use it. I can get money, but I know how I can use it. This is where Liberia is heading. The other day, the finance minister said that the government of Joseph Boakai would have built over 100 public schools across the country. Now, that was in October, September of last year. Last year, the finance minister, Augustine Gafuan, told the Liberian people that the government of Liberia honored Joseph Yuma Boakai. He was bragging. We have funded the money. We are about to build over hundreds of schools across the country. And today we are in 2026. We are in April. In a few days' time, we'll be heading to May. Where are those hundreds of schools promised? We can't even say promise, because according to him, they got the money. So where did the money go? Here are the young students. They live in their schools. Some of them from part of the country. You know what I mean? As young students, you live in Mangibi County, you live in Bond County, you live in Grand Cape Man County, come into Montserrat County, not for a vacation, but to protest against a so-called sophisticated government. And some of these people who defend the Unity Party, they are aware, they know these things are happening. Because you cannot go and register your kids as Unity Party partisans, CDC partisans. You are registering your kids as students of government institutions. It is sickling. It is sad. How many more years that we can offer to this government to do something for the poor people? I cannot say this country is crying or Liberia is crying. Young children that should be busy learning their school, their lesson, are now in the street protesting. The headquarters of the institution that should stabilize the learning environment of our country is now ransacked by young students. And some of these students are 19, some of them 18, some of them 12. Some of them even 9 years old. Joseph Boakai, you are a disgrace to our country's presidency. Whether you want to hear it, whether you do not want to hear it, Boakai, you are a disgrace to OH. You are a disgrace to the oldest country on the continent. And some of you want us to dance with this kind of governance. We're not going to dance. It pains. It hurts. If we were to do the calculation to say how many days in a year, how long can we give to these folks? Like I said the other day, Boakai didn't learn from Ellen. He didn't make one contact. There is nothing. That is why everywhere he goes, there is nothing to offer the people of this country. The other day they said they were opening an egg factory in the country. They're going to open egg factory in the country. Now, let us do the math. How does it work? How does it work? At the time we were not producing egg on George Weah, we were buying egg $30 Liberty, $35 Liberty. But the time we making egg, we producing egg on Joseph Boakai, we are producing eggs in the country. And we buy egg one for 50 Liberty. That is almost 50 cents US dollars for egg. That is almost 50 cents US for egg. And all of you were here, oh, the president, the man is old, the man is, he's still not in government. He don't look at the man's life. Look at his life. The man's life alone is a sin to himself. I cannot use a Bwaka dynamic and train my child all because Bwaka is 85 years old. Never. And I don't know why you people decided to put us in this calamity. And that is why Bwaka is ashamed when he goes to the US and say everything is okay. Now, he's in the US telling Liberians everything is okay. Come back to the country. Even the United Nations is disgracing the president and say joblessness is at the highest rate in the country. A day after the president spoke that everything is okay in Liberia. Lying, because that's what Bwaka knows to do. A president who lies without fear. I haven't seen an old man, a government official, a leader finds too much pleasure in lies. How can you be a president and say, "Oh, come on, you! I didn't know that these people were planning to build $10 million US, compound in Lofa County." And in 2 weeks, here is the same man who was telling the country that he didn't know that his government officials. Now, if you and now let us be frank. If you want to, and I hear people say, Bwaka said the people wanted to surprise the president. That Bwaka grandpa country here, the land belongs to Grandpa Joseph Bwaka grandpa. Before you tell our country money, you won't surprise president. The time Bwaka was making the $22,000 per month as a vice president, why you didn't surprise him? Why you didn't surprise him? Look, this country belongs to all Liberians. No Liberian is more than the other person. What kind of nonsense is that? Oh, we went out to, and people come in defense with that kind of nonsense. Oh, we went out to surprise the president, and so we took 10 million to go and build something for the president. And the president, because he's corrupt, and that is why I tell people, look, if you want to jail anybody in this country for corruption, it will be the president because he's the one who entertained these things. Yeah, he said today, if the president is not lying, the vice president will be saying all kinds of things that you do not understand. And when the vice president is not saying it, then the government officials are the ones cheating the people off. Young students, 13 years old, 12 years old, 11 years old kids leaving their house or their houses from Cape Mount, from bombing, coming to the capital city because they can't go to school. Is this what Bwaka calls the country is in place? Everything is okay? You think young students should be leaving as far as Bon County to come to Montserrat County and protest because they can't find their teachers in classes? How shameful it is. How disgraceful it is. How disgusting this is. And you want for us to embrace these things. No, this is not what we stand for. This is not what we stand for. When we were talking about a new Liberia, we thought we were voting for somebody who understood the dynamics of good governance. We are shocked. We are disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
We can defend no more. Even if some of us told you that vote for Bwaka, we will put that masquerade on our faces. We will bend our heads in shame. And that is why across the country, in banks, marketplaces, and some of the vehicles we used to ride, to go home to our communities, the people who were standing tall, telling us, vote for Bwaka, we see them no more. Not that they are dead bodies, not that they were spirit, but the sin is too much. Yes.
Look, you see, when I watched the video about the MCSS Deputy Superintendent, Emmanuel Kine Robertson, I laughed and it became very, very concerning. The guy should stop mixing politics with governance. And the reason why they are finding it difficult to govern without these distractions is because they did a lot of lying, and those lies continue to catch up with them. Let me say this to our people, and I like the way you place it. I like exactly how you place it.
Thank you.
The vice president said something. We'll look into it, but students should not be protesting in Joe Baka country.
Exactly.
I don't know how many times we need to say this to our people before they get it. We don't expect students to be protesting in Joe Baka government because their teachers are not being paid and so forth. No, we don't expect those things to happen. There should be things of the past. When you remove a government, there are certain things that we do not expect to be repeated. You made a particular point. Oh yes, you made a particular point that it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary for students to be protesting on behalf of their teachers. Unfortunately, we sit in the same country and we're witnessing similar thing being done. I'm searching for this particular video, which will go into on this whole Lofa County issue. I sent the thing in our chat room. I don't know why it is not there. The video where the vice president said those who overlooking Liberia should stop because Liberia got men. Yes, I think this is the video. Let me see whether I can try to get it. The vice president said those who are looking Liberia, I'm trying to paraphrase, they should stop overlooking Liberia because Liberia got men. Three Liberian men able to capture a particular town in another neighboring country. Our vice president said that. At a time we are in serious conflict over land issues with Guinea. At a time where the Guinean soldiers are on our soil and the government is saying to us that she is exploring diplomatic solutions, but the vice president is telling you and I that our country, Liberia, that this country, we got men where even three of them can go and capture another country, another town in another country. I don't want to waste my time on it. I want to play it for all of us to listen. I don't want to waste my time. Take your time and listen. I don't want to waste my time. Just hold on. He was on ELBC a couple of days ago. And this is what he said.
Look, I hear people say, yeah, the Guinea got a huge military and this and that. Blah, blah, Liberia can make it. Look, I hear people say, yeah, the Guinea got a huge military and this and that. Blah, blah, Liberia can make it. You got 40 forces here beside the army. Again, cause of me. 2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture one whole city in some country. Yeah. I got update every day. Look, I hear people say, yeah, the Guinea got a huge military and this and that, blah, blah, Liberia can make it. You got 40 forces here beside the army. Again, cause of me. 2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture one whole city in some country.
Jerome, you heard the vice president? We will take our time to interpret what he was saying. Maybe the audio is not too clear to those of you who are watching.
Look, I hear people say, yeah, the Guinea got a huge military and this and that, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, you hear him? He said, I hear people say the Guinea get good military, this and that. And the vice president talking to you, He said he can hear people saying getting a good military and this and that. Our vice president, Jerome, at a time where we in Guinea get a land conflict, talking the thing, what we hearing so. Listen to it.
Got 40 forces here beside the army.
We got fighting forces here beside the army.
I can call some names.
I can call some names.
2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture one whole city in some countries. Yeah.
2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture whole city in some countries. Here you go. No, Jerry, that's not funny. Oh.
No, you know, I want to ask you.
What?
They men that menace in the middle win legend all over.
No, I mean we.
No, I mean, wait. Some of the things they can be saying, like, go ahead.
It doesn't even look like a vice president talking. When, but I mean, let the both people, the educated folks, those who say they know the country and have monopoly over ideas and everything in the country, let them listen and see and tell as to whether our vice president should be sounding this way. Listen to him. Listen to old man Jeremiah Kuhn. Listen to him. Take the time and listen. Listen to what he is saying. And I'll play pause, interpret, pause, reverse, until the whole clip is over. Listen to it.
Yeah, Guinea got a huge military and this and that, blah, 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 can make it.
Yeah, he said there are people who say, oh, Guinea got a good military. Yeah, this and that. He said, Labra can make it. If I'm president talking.
Look, I hear people say, yeah, the Guinea got a huge military.
I hear people say Guinea got a huge military. Labra can make it.
And this and that, blah, 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 can make it. Got 40 forces here beside the army.
We got 14 forces here besides the army.
Do you have militias?
No, that's what the vice president is telling you and I, that we have fighting forces here in this country besides the military.
I can call some names.
I can call some names. He said you can call some other names.
2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture one whole city in some countries.
2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture whole city in some country.
Maybe that born again man depending.
No. 2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture whole city in some countries. He was a bit careful with it part of the statement. He said capture whole country in a whole city in some country. But the beginning of his statement was purely referencing Guinea.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the beginning of his statement and hear what he said.
Look, I hear people say, yeah, the Guinea got a huge military.
I hear people say Guinea got a huge military, this and that. So it means the conversation he is having is about the Guinea-Liberia crisis.
Nobody can make it. Got 40 forces here beside it.
We got 14 forces here beside the army. Beside the army.
Liberia can make it. Got 40 forces here beside the army. I can call some names. 2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture one whole city in some countries. Yeah.
Okay, you heard the vice president. 2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture whole city in some country. You call Guinea first, and you turn around and say in some countries, but in the same conversation, not different conversations, in the same studio, the same context, and so forth.
The same time.
Jerome, was that necessary?
No, not at all. Especially as the vice president of the republic.
When the Guineans are still on our soil.
Yeah.
No, you are not saying anything why the Guinean soldiers to the exile.
Yeah.
You're saying that when the Guinean soldiers still on our Liberian soil with their flags there, depriving our Solomba people from going to access their river.
And we can even make that statement very deep because he has to tell us who were those people he's talking about.
We're going there.
Who are the people
we are going there? We're going to that conversation. The government came and told us before, when Omen Joe Baga came from Conakry, that they were pursuing diplomatic means to do this. Is this statement by the vice president not tantamount to escalating tension between Liberia and Guinea?
And also contradicts what Braka said.
He is not an ordinary person alone. This is not an ordinary person. The Guinean would not want to listen to Jerome.
Yeah.
The Guinean may choose not to listen to KOK or whoever because in their mind, KOK doesn't carry that weight.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have that control. He doesn't have that Okay, guy and say, oh look, Guinea, I'll be there. We're coming for you. Guinea will over and say, who that picking? Who talking?
As a matter of fact, that man talk show host.
Talk show host. You want to get radio station? Yeah, that all.
Radio station.
Right? But when the sitting vice president, in the midst of a serious conflict, is telling the war over through state radio. That the thing where people say, Guinea to do Labrana, I get like he say, you just look at it, we got fighting forces here.
So that means something he believes.
Two, three men can cross in some country. I mean, is the vice president aware that since the Guinean cross here, they are monitoring every information in this country, including government officials' appearances on radio stations?
Sure.
He is not an individual. I mean, he is not an ordinary person. This is the second most powerful man in the republic. If they get deputy commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia, he is the deputy commander-in-chief.
I think he doesn't understand his
No,
he doesn't understand.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't understand.
He doesn't. If there is a position called deputy commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia, Jeremiah Mankun, His Excellency, is that deputy. That is the kind of position you occupy, sir. Perhaps you do not know. Perhaps you don't know the gravity of the position that you occupy.
He can be pushed for any, security section.
You are the vice president. Your voice carries a lot of weight. Capturing Sete, three person capturing Sete. When we have an issue with Guinea, even if the question was provocative, I don't know what the question may have been. Whether the journalist asks, you're Liberia scared of Guinea, and or the journalist asks, well, why are you sitting here?
It was obviously based on Amara Conner's statement.
Okay,
and so he was being asked about the weight and strength of Liberia.
Thank you. So, regardless of whatever may have triggered that question, Jerome, I'm just playing from the least standpoint. Regardless of whatever may have triggered that question, for the vice president to have decided to respond in that form and manner says a lot about the kind of English our people can use during diplomatic discussions.
Exactly.
We got fighting forces here outside the military.
And that's where my point is.
2-3 person can cross in the morning and he can capture a whole city in some kind of country. The first country you mentioned was Guinea. Now, when you give the scenario that says 2-3 human beings can cross from Liberia and capture some kind of city in some kind of country, what are you implying?
They sing Guinea.
Do you think the Guineans will take that lightly? This is not a situation where the Guineans are back to their soil. They are still here in Liberia. They're still on our soil. The government say, y'all say y'all are pushing diplomatic, solutions. This statement part of diplomatic solution. Do you care to know what the Guineans would consider doing just by listening to this statement? No, come on, let's
obviously.
Yeah. Do you know how the Guineans will interpret this statement? Because it is not coming from a drunkard.
Like you said, second man in command.
The statement is not coming from a wheelbarrow pusher. This statement is not from a Yana boy. The statement is from the president of the Liberian Senate. The statement is from the president of the Liberian Senate. The statement is from the second most powerful person in the Republic of Liberia, the vice president.
The man who said when he passing, Joe, I can pack. Like he the one there. That means there's a position.
If for any reason, naturally, or from an artificial standpoint, anything happens to the president and he's unable to serve in his capacity as the president of this country, you, Ome VP, you are the next president of this republic until the 6 years can be over. You go make that kind of statement on ERBC? You go make that kind of statement on ERBC? That Labraga mania beside the people in the army? No.
So you don't trust the army? Because the army is the last when it comes to defending the country.
For the vice president to even reach to the level of not wanting to rely the country's strength on the security, the uniform men and women.
Yeah.
But up to say this and that, it is far below leadership. Look, I'm disappointed. I'm not one person who always, put Jeremiah Coon, the vice president, on the line, on the kind of conversation. But I am extremely disappointed in Honorable Coon. Mr. Vice President, that statement was below the belt. For God in heaven's sake, you shouldn't have made that comment. And I'm saying that because it is not classified. They are classified information, right?
Mm-hmm.
That statement was made on ELBC, live on cameras, live videos. People watch it from around the world. No, Mr. Vice President, you slipped. Who is your media officer? Who is your media officer? Who is the head of who's the head of press and public affairs in the office of the vice president? Who do you have coordinating your media engagements? Before the vice president speaks, before he is able to grant an interview with any news channel,
Solomon, wow,
he should be quizzed. But the two things: either Solo is being consulted, or Solo is not being allowed to do his job.
Yeah.
The vice president should be invited. I mean, a serious media office, a serious media department in your office will call you and say, Mr. Vice President, you are going to ELBC tomorrow. Let's do a prep session. Like, how do you prep up? Mr. Vice President will ask you about the Solomon Bola issue. What would be your response? Oh no, I'll tell them say when the trial will go and moon it. Say, no, VP, you can say that. And no, you can say when the trial you go moon it with fools.
Yeah.
I mean, the president came the last time the president said we're using diplomatic means, and you the vice president, you cannot come up, and sound aggressive when the president tune was diplomatic.
Yeah.
So instead of you saying you go move it, you say Labrador remain engaged. With the situation, we are finding the best solution in such a way that there will be no casualty or less casualty. Because we are all, your team will prepare you. The political officer and the head of media will sit you down in your living room or in the Parliament hall. In a pan where you can drink, it will be there. In any other gin you can drink, it will be in your glass, and they'll be giving you prep up.
That will be on point.
That's why you need seasoned communication experts around you. People with knowledge, people with serious experience in the field, people who would know that if you appear in front of Julius Jeff, for example, these are possible line of questions that Julius may ask. Like, were you to bring the vice president to the radio, a sound talk show host who has a lot of experience in talk show business will know out of 20, 50 questions will be one of the best guess, close to 15 questions that may come. They may not come in the same, wordings to say, I will start with, are you? But the context will be the same.
Yeah.
So you need to have somebody roll you through that preparatory stage. Get you prep up. Do a media confab rehearsal. Do a rehearsal. To have gone to the place and say, when they ask you, regardless of the question, to have gone to say, for those of you who are coming, Jerome, I don't want to say anything that will be contrary to what he said. But let's know how your vice president responded to an inquiry. According to Jerome, it has some link with Americana and the Guinea border crisis. Listen to this.
We got a huge military, this and that, blah blah blah. You can make it. We got 40 forces beside it. I can call some 2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture one whole city in some country.
We got 14 forces here. I can call some of the names.
Did he know that we have the Guinea ambassador that they're going to follow?
Oh yeah,
and obviously the Guinea ambassador will make this part of his weekly report.
Thank you. We got 2-3. We got 14 forces there. 2-3 make it cross.
Yeah.
Now even this statement alone puts the lives of Liberians in Guinea
at risk. Harm's way.
Because the vice president said outside of our army. Hello? Beside our army. Listen to him.
Look, I hear people say the got a huge military, and this and that, blah, 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 can make it. Got fighting forces here beside the army.
You heard it? We got fighting forces here beside the army.
Look, I hear got fighting forces here beside the army. Again, got fighting forces here beside the army. I can make it. Got fighting forces here beside the army.
So this statement alone can place any group of Liberians in Guinea at risk. They could be subjected to unnecessary interrogation because the VP said, besides the army. So they do not even need to see whether you are an army personnel in Guinea. 3 well-recognized Liberians working in Guinea, whether they're going to visit their girlfriend from Zedekwede to Labe, the Guinean soldier could invite them and interrogate them.
Yeah.
They could think these are the 3 men that Jeremiah could say can cross and can capture one of our cities. No, there are certain things the president should not say because they are not ordinary people. And I don't want you Unity Party people sitting out there and thinking this is politics. The president, the vice president, their words carry weight. When they speak, their utterances should be able to connect the dots, should be able to soften the ground, should be able to provide remedy and not to escalate. Look, I hate to say this, but Jerome, the VP didn't sound mature in that interview. No, political maturity was lacking. To go to that thing, we got fighting forces here. I mean, I understand it's just 2 years, the 3rd year into diplomatic, space. We got the vice presidency, the presidency, the vice presidency. Those 2 offices are quite different from the representative and senator offices where people can be fighting for gas sleep. The representative, senator, they can be, my man, don't be asking me, motion, that raw.
They not pay,
they not pay, that raw thing, yeah. I understand. But when you become the vice president, certain things about you change.
Especially when you're appearing on public radio.
Especially when you addressing the nation. That was an ELBC interview, for God in heaven's sake, Mr. Vice President. And you went to say that kind of thing about the country in the face of a serious tension between Liberia and Guinea. You look in the faces of journalists where the Guinean embassy, like Jerome is saying, the embassies follow all of the foreign missions in the country.
Yeah.
They follow.
Because he's the vice president.
Yes. Even when the speaker is on any radio, the foreign ambassadors, their media officers, the press attaché to all of the foreign missions in Liberia, all of them who got their offices here, they can assign their media attachés when the president is appearing, the vice president is appearing, the speaker is appearing, the pro tem, key individuals in the government, they send their people to listen.
And interestingly, some international wires, because these are the things that somebody will report and say, apart from the government own military, according to the vice president, they set up another forces from the military.
So the president is telling us, the vice president is telling us rather, that apart from the military, they got fighting forces here. Who are the fighting forces? Back to Jerome Roosevelt's concern?
Yeah.
Who are they? No, Mr. Vice President. Who are the fighting forces that you have in the country? Who are the forces for whom you do not trust the military?
Exactly. That's the point. When you pay the army, and also the constitution, you're telling the country that, we have extra forces apart from the military.
So, when you say apart from the military, it means the military is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that strong of a force that you can rely on to defend whatever question was posed to you. This is not how it should be. One comedian in America, they can be giving their grandma hard time, 2 boys, and they keep giving their grandma hard time on too many issues. The old lady say, that's not how they can do. When you follow that comedy, you yell, the old lady saying, hey, Melvin, that's not how they can do it. That's not how they can say, Melvin, Mr. Vice President, that's not how they can say. When you go to address the nation on sensitive issues in the country, that's not how you talk. There is no difference from what you said and what Yeka said. Your statement alone can escalate tension between the two countries.
Yeah.
I pray Guinea will not interpret it the way any country will want to interpret it. So say you got 2-3 men in your country that can cross into any neighboring country and capture whole city. Do you know what that means?
So he's saying that he trusts these extra forces that have been set up to protect Liberia from Guinea. So even if the army is incapacitated, these guys can go in 2-3 and capture a town or city in Guinea.
Thank you.
This is what he meant.
How do you think the Guineans are reading that conversation? No, the people are not having a conversation here, yeah, and with GoPro recorder there to secretly record him, right?
Yeah.
He went at ERBC being cognizant of the fact that he was on a national broadcaster. Other independent online media entities were there.
Present.
The broadcast was being simulcast on other community radio stations across the republic. And you go make such a statement to jeopardize the safety of Liberians across the borders in Guinea, in Ivory Coast, and other places? How do you expect the Sierra Leoneans to be looking at Liberians who are currently in Sierra Leone?
Mm-hmm.
How do you expect the Ivorians to be looking at Liberians who are currently in parts of Ivory Coast? How do you expect the government in Conakry to look at Liberians on the side of the border in Guinea? The statement alone from you, Mr. Vice President, is going to make every Liberian citizen a suspect of overthrowing or some kind of military invasion in Guinea. That's what you just said.
Are you, because the Guinean government recently accused the Liberian government of training folks to overthrow the government there. So are you telling all these people that you trust apart from the AFL, are the same folks the Guinean government accusing you of?
I mean,
this is deep.
There were reports. There were reports that the Guineans were suspicious. Of some immigration training that went on in Foya.
Yeah.
You know, the group that the Ministry of Justice banned, the Fuller Defense, you know, some kind of thing.
Even before that, Fuller Defense folks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, so the Foya issue. There were also intelligence. You remember the Kabina Janet client?
Yeah.
The sheriff guy.
The guy who basically gave the pickup.
The guy, I mean, the sheriff guy who it was alleged that, you know, the smuggling out of the place, getting to Guinea and Guinea get the country pickup in return. Kabina Janet then fire, you know, the rate of happy couples, you know, to how you call this thing, to provide a living body of sheriff. In the midst of all of these things, you wake up and come out and say, Guinea, you got men, 2-3 men who can cross into any neighboring country and capture one town. That statement alone can make the Ghanaian look at any group of Liberians and detain them at will.
And the unpatriotic lawmakers will sleep on this because it's the vice president. But if this statement were made
by an ordinary individual or a member of the house,
they will call him.
They will call him and start to think about impeaching him.
Yeah.
Start to think about removing him. Let me say this to you. That statement is strong enough to make any country, whether Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, whether Guinea, Sierra Leone, or Ivory Coast, that statement alone is strong enough to see Liberian citizens in any other countries. You see 2-3 of them walking on the road, you call and say, hey, excuse me, we are not satisfied with you.
Yeah.
They could take them to their own NSA. That statement alone can make Guineans, the Sierra Leoneans, the Ivorians to grab 2-3 Liberians to see walking in any street in Ivory Coast or in Guinea, anywhere. The statement alone is strong enough to make them grab them and hold them suspicious. They say, look, listen, we're not satisfied with you. Boom, I'll go to our own NSA. Let's go interrogate you. You have placed the lives of Liberians at the mercy of law enforcement officers in a different region. That's what you've done. That statement alone you made, Vice President, that's what you did. They don't see it as an ordinary statement. They don't consider that statement as a statement from a politician or some civil rights activist or one political talk show host or some journalist. No, they don't see that statement that way. They see it as an authoritative position. They see it to me that Liberia that we think are 2,000 men in the army, they do not have it. Mm-hmm. They see that statement to me, every single Liberian is a potential warlord, is a potential trigger blazer. Mm-hmm. What Jefferson saying?
A threat to Guinea.
Because you did not call the Liberians who you say can fight part of the soil or who you say get strength beside the soil. You didn't call their names. So Jerome Roosevelt and I, when we could decide to go to Freetown to go chill on our way to Freetown, anywhere in Sierra Leone, they could look at the three of us in one car. You know, when there's muscular, I got my small look at it and say, Lord, these 3 men came or capturing the whole of Bow or Kinema area. No. The statement was wrong. It was childish. Very immature, Mr. Vice President. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that a government that is supposed to be educated, a government that's supposed to be with a lot of educated people, will allow the Vice President go unprepared to address the country. He was not prepared. If he was prepared by a sound, seasoned governmental, information machinery, he wouldn't have said what he said. That statement alone can make people start arresting people in Guinea right now. It can make people start arresting Liberian people in Ivory Coast.
Say to the border point.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Across the water to the border point.
Because it's obvious that the Guinean authority can say, "Oh, the people prepare now. They're getting ready," because the Vice President.
The Vice President said 2-3 men can capture the place.
Yeah.
So the 2-3 of you will not sell it for you. In fact, you can go back.
Even if we do not see military men.
Even if we do not even see guns where y'all can go back to your country or you can go to jail. Because your Vice President said 2-3 of you capable of capturing the town. See, we do not know any 2-3 of you that are capable of capturing any of our towns. Anytime we see 2-3 of you walking anywhere, whether they're in Yamoussoukro, whether they're in Danandeo, whether they're in Pogwell, or whether they're in Bokakoa, in Kinema, or Bowadasa, once we see you or the Labe, Zero Kwele or Gegedu, once we see 2-3 of you and we're not satisfied with JU. Because the Vice President say outside of the military, you got fighting forces. So we know what the 2-3 of you that you're fighting forces.
No description of uniforms.
Even though, I mean, even if 2-3 of you went to Zero Kwele to go look for one Guinea pig again, who you have been missing ever since? The Guinea pig, so you could look at you and say, "Lord, excuse me, you're on the side. You guys don't reconnaissance. We don't trust y'all. You are the fighting forces your Vice President talk about. If possible, 2-3 of you can capture our town so you can go in jail." That is the kind of trouble that statement will make. That is the kind of trouble that statement is going to have on the Liberian people.
Where is this 45 years experience? Where is this?
That's what we are asking for.
Where is this 45 years experience?
That's what we are asking for.
Where is the sophistication of a government who understood everything?
That you allow the president the Vice President go to state radio unprepared and make statements that can jeopardize the peace of this country? Imagine what the Vice President said, man. Come on, imagine that. We got fighting forces. I mean, chemistry conversation there. Yeah. They think we can really do chemistry. Yeah. I mean, we got men.
Okay.
We got men. We got the ability. We can move things. We can move and shake. Those are when people say cover, when people say classify, the reason you're beating American and that's more there.
Yeah.
That's one kind of statement that you can put out to the public because it's not on Google. Jerome?
Yeah.
Americans talk about 2,000 human beings in the military. It's on Google. The information been there long time.
And I see I want to give.
Long time it been there. If you consider what Americans said in the plenary of the Liberian Senate as classified information, then what about the one the Vice President did on state radio?
You ask your people for the air.
You heard what he said? I can get updated at any time. I get updated every time. That's what the Vice President said. Let me play a voice. And that's what we do on this radio. We don't come here and accuse you. We play the evidence. We attach our evidence to every little thing we talk about.
Sure.
The people will become the judge. Listen to what he said. He said he can get updated. Look, the speaker, the president, the vice president, the minister of finance, I mean, key individuals in any government can receive tape up.
The justice minister as well.
They receive regular security briefings. That's normal. for our vice president to sit on state radio and say to the people that he can receive security briefing. Then the next thing is to tell them that the country got 2-3 human beings that are able to go and capture other places. It means he is declassifying the very briefing they can get in.
3 human beings from a particular force outside the AFL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's know the first thing he said, he can get briefing.
Look, I hear people say, yeah, the Guinea got a huge military and this and that, blah, 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 can make it. Got 40 forces here beside the army. Again, cause of me. 2-3 persons can cross in the morning and capture one whole city in some country. Yeah. We get
He said they are here.
Oh yeah, he said they are here. He said they are. Oh, were you the one joking?
Oh, he said
they are here.
They are here.
2-3 persons that can go to another country and capture a whole city in some other country. They are here. He said
apart from the AFL.
Apart from the military. Apart from the military.
Is that the reason that the government do not want to pay the AFL good money? Because if you depend on the AFL, Oliver, you will support the AFL.
You will equip them.
Yes.
You will give them the sophistication that they need. But let's go to the main place. Let's know what he said.
God.
I mean, let's play it. Let's take your bit back.
Capture one whole city in some country.
Okay.
Yeah. We get. I got update every day.
You heard him? I got update every day.
We're in a mess.
We are in a serious mess, man, people. Prince C. Johnson, who is at the NSA, is even disappointed right now. We're hearing what the vice president said. No, I'm being honest with you.
Sorry to say. But did he drink before he?
No, I mean, I'm being honest with you. In all fairness, with all due respect to the office of the vice president and so forth.
Oliver, this is
Prince,
below the belt.
Prince C. Johnson, who is the chief spy of the Republic of Liberia, who is the head of the National Security Agency of our country, is disappointed in the VP.
God.
To admit on state radio that you receive briefing, that you get update every day, it is implied now. Oh, my VP, it is implied.
So you come to the public and just dump the people information.
It is implied that you can receive briefings
to the public, like, oh.
It is implied that you can receive briefings. So to go to the public, state radio. If this was in your house, you are talking there, and we post secret recorder there to record you, then we invaded your privacy because you are entitled to private conversations. But you yourself took classified information without receiving any declassification authorization. You went to state radio, place it on the microphone with millions of people watching and monitoring around the world. He said, I can receive update every day. We got men fighting forces in the country outside the military. You are diverging you are diverging classified information. American and VP Kun, who is putting the country at risk? Who? Colonel said we got 2,000 plus men in the place. Information on Google. Who placed it there? Go ask President Seri. They don't share UN or doing the modernization of Liberia. I think they're putting all that information in there. Go ask them. Right? But other information as to how many former Unimoke men are around, how many former Laravel men are around, how many former model men stay in the bush in Kunembo, Savo National Power, in case of any job, we can just, have some kind of national rally call, and, beginning of Nima Assemble, beginning of Granger Assemble, beginning of Lofa Assemble. Those kind of information, when Foxo giving you that kind of information, it is intended for your office. It is intended for your office, for your throat, for your esophagus. The person there is a reason go up there 1 year. Henry Costa said, make him talk. Oh, you go to state radio, that the people who they say educated here, that the educated government, that the responsible government there.
That's on there.
They said CDC government was challenged. The CDC men were challenged. They don't know how to run government. They're running play government. You take national security information, you carry the ERBC, you go talk here because one journalist or some kind of caller put you against the war.
And like you said, Mr. Johnson will be shaking his head.
President Johnson will be disappointed.
Yeah, he'll be shaking his head.
No, he will be disappointed. Not for anything, but because the vice president is going to that extent. Look, what's what he said? He said, I get update every day. So he was speaking from an authoritative perspective. I get update every day. Who's updating him? Of course, it is automatically implied that the national security, infrastructure will keep him updated. The police will go and tell him, Mr. President, the vice president, NSA will kind of say, yeah. So now NSA say, Chief, Aju, why you talking to him about Shingu?
Yeah.
Aju will get there. You keep talking to her two more.
She will leave on him.
Keep talking to her two more. Aju will tell political menace. Anytime you can't go there, you will tell a political menace. So whether you let her, you must change her. Don't talk to her, you close her all. See what briefing will give you. So, these things can happen. As soon as Chief, sorry to say, but you're about to transfer something money to some place. Don't do it. They mean they are fraudsters. How we know? Don't ask us. Our job is to protect you.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people gave you briefing every day. Boss man, don't be using the road. Tell security man, don't be using the road. The guy's job is to give you every basic information you need for the safety of you, your family, the republic.
Yeah.
So when they're giving you update, that's only why you got to go to ERBC and go talk here. It is implied, Chief. You don't need to say that one. Liberia ain't reached to that level yet. No, Liberia ain't reached to that level yet. That the responsible government, what you promise here? Oh, we got to have a responsible government? Man, you guys, you're disappointing on a daily basis, man. I thought you were going to make people like us shame. No, I thought you guys would have made people like us shame.
We don't want to see.
Imagine me sitting here and coordinating how trust me, the next media appearance VP Kun will have, it will be decent.
Careful.
It will be good. Find professionals. Find professional people. Find experienced people. Look beyond political party lines. Grab the best Liberians, irrespective of which political ideology they belong to. Give them jobs to do. They put Prawan Congo Oma to Joe President Weah, when he was president of this country. Is that Babede Oma doing small crops? She can grow cabbage, bitter ball, tomato, lettuce on her farm. May all the agriculture minister, she will do well. President Weah said, Delmo, she will do well. Say, yeah. So some people say, oh, President, they will not cost you last year. They will not cost you the President. We say, listen, if she has what it is going to take for us to better the agricultural sector, regardless of this woman pushing the pioneers agenda, because she is a progenitor of the pioneers, the pioneers' interest. She's a progenitor of it. Her own debate at the Congo people there. She can't have it from her Facebook. Jenny Meleko put her talking about. President said, regardless of our own political beliefs and what she feels politics should be, in as much as she is a Liberian who got that requisite credential to contribute towards the agricultural sector, I will make her minister. I don't have to know which political clothes she can wear.
What she said in the past, it doesn't matter.
Grab the best brains. Unfortunately, she messed up. She went and she started giving United Party picking a contract. Consultancy contract, the minister, getting plenty of girlfriend there. They're not even doing the whole job. They can steal the hair. They stole all the project money. Chakla the whole place. And just waste that president. We have free effort.
I don't want to be friends. You're the party better than Chakla.
Yeah, just waste that president. We have free effort. But the conversation is, you do not need to surround yourself with all of these unnecessary political big guns who do not have the sophistication to do the job. VP Kun, you need to surround yourself with a lot of good people. How do you sit there in the office and get prepared for a press conference? Okay, that was almost like a press conference, but radio appearance.
2 hours.
And you go unprepared. You go unprepared. You go say that kind of thing. Mr. Vice President, with all due respect, sir, you go say that kind of thing. That you can receive update. The country got men, fighting forces, 2, 3 of them can capture another town in another country, whole city in another country. to tell your neighbors that you got people in the country where 2-3 of them can capture whole city is by itself degrading to them. You are degrading the military capability of Guinea. You are degrading the military capability of Ivory Coast. You are degrading the military capability of Sierra Leone. And they will not take it lightly because you are not an ordinary potato. You are the vice president, the second most powerful man in the country. You the second rooster. That only JMB can pack for you.
As you said.
Only JMB you can pack for.
Yeah.
Rather. Yes. In the country, only JMB you can pack for. Speaker, Pro Tembo, Chief Justice, they can pack for you. I mean, you can pack for them. When you come in, beside President Baka, when you come in, all the people will pack. Are you going to make that kind of statement? Say, beside our Amel Labraga fighting forces, where 2 or 3 of them can capture the whole country, and you expect our neighbors to take that, likely? It is not jailing Liberians in Guinea, Ivory Coast, and Sierra Leone. You're playing the vice president.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
If they start jailing Liberians in our neighboring countries, blame the vice president. The statement was out of order. Very, very much out of order. Then he went on to say he can receive security briefing. They can get update. Every day they can give me up. Like saying he went to America. When I'm driving president, where I can park. All the things in agents. How you call it?
A responsible comment.
You know, I mean, they're immature, bro. That immaturity can breed this kind of conversation.
Yeah.
The whole country is aware that you're the vice president. Must you go tell them, say, when you passing your way, I can park. Or I'm passing your way, I can park. And he felt you were saying something new. The country know there are certain things you don't need to say. To say is to make caricature of yourself. I'm like you in the hall. The every morning, I'm the father of the horse. That thing that nonsense. Any man who you can see that do that thing in the hall, that man is losing control of that home. Any man who you see always establishing his role, I am the father of the house. You're not father. If you father of the house, you will not talk. You will be in front of the children with no say papa here. You'll be in the living room, the children with no say our papa here. But if you passing in the hall, in the corridor, I mean the head of the hall, they do not have it, I'm not like it. I mean the head of the hall. No. You are not the head. You don't need to blow your trumpet. The whole world is aware that you are the vice president. The earth is aware that you receive update daily from Prince Johnson and the other boy who they assigned there.
Because I'm going home and trying to be running to me.
Other than those, Gregor Como can get you update. The whole country knows that you security can get you update. What did you go to that one for now? On radio? That the educated people, yo. That the educated country government, yo.
No, I think when you fail to take the responsibility of a government and you still think that you are in that opposition space, Oliver, government comes with responsibility. When you're in opposition, you speak loosely. Nobody get your time. You don't have a responsibility.
No.
But the problem with these guys in this particular government, they still believe and understand that they are in opposition and they can speak anyhow. No. You have to take that responsibility. You can't speak like somebody who was in opposition yesterday. When these organizations now come out with their reports and say, oh, the Liberian government started training some secret forces apart from their usual forces or their security men, then people say, oh, the white people can lie. No, these are comments. These are comments that have been made. And Oliver is 100% right. You cannot go plain rest. Then you be looking for plum. The people voted for people who said they would have what? Gave good governance, maturity.
Oh yeah, they would have given us good governance.
They would have placed the Liberian people first. But we're in a cycle where when the president is not lying today, then the vice president be speaking recklessly. When he's not speaking recklessly, then the minister cheating the people. That kind of thing will be on 3 years gone. And then when we speak, you people get angry. As to say this country belongs to a particular group of people. No. That other cap, take it from on your head. Take it off. And we will continue to speak The vice president of the Republic of Liberia is in error. Why are you training these people? How much you giving to them? Where are their bases across the country? Presumably, they are in our midst, Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
The Guinean authorities can just wake up one morning and go seize all of the Liberians that are at the border. Oh, yeah, because we don't trust you people.
Yeah.
Even though no army making, yeah.
Even though we not see going with you before,
Yeah.
but your president say 3 of you can capture the plane. The way we and y'all get that local land issue.
We not sell it for
Hello, man. Hey, man. Hey, man, they want politics. They want a common sense. That common sense we're talking here in our politics. This is about saving the integrity of the country and preserving, lives and properties from being from being destroyed. Because one reckless statement in the midst of uncertainty can escalate tension. Man, I thought these guys were educated, bro. No, I thought these guys were better off. I thought these guys were sophisticated as they've always claimed. And you swear.
I sense you made bogo all over.
And you swear.
I sense you made bogo.
You went to the national radio without being prepared? Who your media man? Who your political affairs officer? If they say maintaining their job, they mean you yourself to you not see what our president achieve. Two things: fire them or reassign them. They didn't do you justice. Even when you are disagreeing, they should be able to tell you, say, Mr. Vice President, this is what you need to do.
Exactly.
That is the role. If you want to sack them. But history will recall that they spoke truth. And even when you go, you remember, say, you will come back and say, I'm wrong. Those boys are going to call them back for us to operate. You need guardians. Since you became vice president, that your public utterances are not guided. They need to be refined. You need to work on your public utterances. They form a manner in which you talk. Sometimes your own statements are contradictory to the government. Sometimes you sound like you're rebelling against the government indirectly.
Mm-hmm.
You went to the Freeport the other day, you complaining how the Freeport things are high, things are difficult. You didn't even know that the government that you are part of, the part of the government that didn't want to give Freeport to APN terminal. Then you were there criticizing how APN terminal things are high. What do you want to? The same government you in, that the same government you turn around, the same government you in, that the government gave APN terminal that 50, 30-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
You getting it? It is the same party you became vice president. You went to the police, I say, your conversation should be guided. Because even in your utterances, you are making both internal, you're creating internal wrangling amongst your own political people, at the same time jeopardizing the safety of the state. That statement you made. We got fighting forces. Okay. Hey, bang.
So people, when they some things that you have all over, like Adrian Roosevelt, he has this. He didn't believe that. And the particular thing here or the stage, he's getting there or he's there. So he becomes too emotional.
Look, I have one sentence for that thing. I have one sentence for it. Opportunity meeting unpreparedness.
Yeah, obviously.
When opportunity is meeting you unprepared, by the time it sets in, bro, I want you to see people wearing coat suit and entering in the swimming pool.
Something that you didn't expect.
No. People can be wearing coat suit and entering the swimming pool.
They gotta ask you, what happened?
What happened to you, my man?
Why are you going?
Because he got the swimming pool when he was not prepared.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to use it. He got no understanding of that particular civilization. So the coach who on him, man, my man, you had to go swim. So the coach with the net on him, he jumped inside because the swimming pool came, the big yacht came without being prepared. Perhaps that's what the vice president is into. He had taken his time to grow through the leadership ladder, and stuff, or better to surround himself with people who will guide him properly. Those kind of statements will not be made. We do not say these things in hate. anger or rebellion towards you, Mr. Vice President. We say them to make you better. We say them so that you understand the importance of gathering the most sophisticated group of people. Look, let me say something to you. President Barack will wake up one morning and say, I won't be president again. You are the next president. God can wake up and say, Papa, ain't no, you're over for the 2 years you've been eating like rainbow money, can rest small. God forbid. God can decide and say, Papa, today I'm calling you. VP, you are the next president.
The next president.
Any other future incident, God forbid, anything can happen. You are the next president. The president woke up and said, you know what? I can say that somewhere for over 2 hours this time. My back can be hurting. And I get a string again. I won't resign. I'm incapacitated. You are the next president. That is the role you occupy. If you do not start to shape yourself in the way and form a manner in which, will make people believe that you can run the affairs of the country outside Joe Baka, then it shows that we are a country sitting on a time bomb. Because anything happens to the president, the vice president will be worse. Imagine the president, what we get? It already, like this. It worse. It difficult. It chakra. Things not fun. President giving country people cheek. God on making new land. The next day, you backing. The other day, things are not happening in the country before it will happen. The other day, those are who in America, you say you living life like auto A, Donald Trump coming. We already surviving the one from the president. You who will say, okay, Giant case something happens to the president, when he say he won't be president again, or he resigned, he incapacitated, or natural causes according to the constitution, that you will become president. You too now, your own utterance here is making you weak.
Plan leading a plan.
So the country bought peak in the back in 2023.
Yeah. Yeah, the other day.
Yeah. So the country bought peak in the blanket in 2023. So the Labyrinth did not know what the purchase.
All over people are ashamed. People are ashamed.
Man, you guys are not disappointed. First I say I'm disappointed, but I gotta change that. I gotta apologize for that phrase.
You gotta think about it.
I'm not disappointed. I just feel sad for those who trusted you, because we knew.
No, you can be disappointed for the position, but then you can feel for those who thought that let's vote for these people and see what they can offer.
So I'm not disappointed
in
your inability to actually communicate.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that you are renegating the office you occupy. I'm disappointed that you are degrading the office. But I'm not disappointed that you are doing it, because I know you were not up to that standard.
I expected this.
I expected it from you. I want to feel sad. I feel bad that the office you occupy is being treated that way, because that's not how it should be. I feel sorry for those who thought that you guys had all of the solutions to the country problem. I feel sorry for those who thought you guys had the master plan for this country. A classified information they gave you from a privileged perspective. Look, when that didn't happen, national security meetings are being called for. Emergency national security meetings are being called.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the president, the chief justice, the speaker, the president, the vice president, the minister of finance, the minister of justice, the police director, blah, 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 the head of the different joint security, apparatus, fire service boss, all of them will sit down in joint security meeting. The president is the chairman. The president sit down in the meeting. He said, look, ladies and gentlemen, we got an issue in low fight. We begin sitting out across our plate, put the flag up, begin boiling and tight in our plate. Begin speaking plainly, getting better. What do we do? Gentlemen, what do we do? You grab come on talk. What are you saying? That you right now got some men, motorcycle men giving a hat and so get most of the men more men at a time. People raping who they ain't know our government people can be raping too much. So we send him police men, it'll be hard to the place here. And we also flocking marketeers and all on the road. So we still need to get some more police men to marketplace, they flocking them. So I can say we can depend on our police what we get. So we will not just be in the capacity to do anything right now. So but let's hear from the immigration people. Immigration boss who can't say, so Mr. President, you see, the whole thing what happened here, so full manager open some new teacher in Westway. Most of our beginner, they're not prepared to go out of we're gonna be enjoying the bread tea and mine it was spaghetti.
Rasi
You know,
people
Rasi
yeah, they keep it, the system.
you know, monitoring the foreigner they ain't really all that thing, and making sure this beginner who shine shoe him or get a work permit, so
we are
overwhelmed. We not our card and whole get everything sport. The last time we talked to Gafan said no money to buy new cars. So well, if I can work on the modality, we can see what to do. So that you know. They tendo they was for like they say what you know say in 2024 November and when I was man sorry he got messy up to now we're not fine you know I also man Captain Sergeant Bobby man may so rest in peace. You know, has a suicide something. What he said, some men resign. You know, from the military, and the other people are so getting, and the other people
and some of the government are promised all weapons.
You know, we now have more vehicles beside the pickup than weapons, and we are brought from UAE. When you give out doing your time, you know, we got new thing here now, so I'll be making the people in Guinea. You know, so everything so talking away. I mean, but in the midst of it all. We got some men who are with you. Limo, we got some men who are with learn. You know, the men are going back to private operation, but when national duty calls, you know, and the need we can mobilize them. We got to, you know, in the course of the country, they can come out. What are the NCDC, UP, are men who in the course of the country they can come out, you know, what's up, this and that. But those national security things can happen. And that's it. Look, let me tell you something. That's why they do not understand that this show is one of the biggest. We understand a lot of the things. The health sector will know what can happen there. No one can happen in the security sector.
And those
what can happen everywhere.
Those information are given not for the vice president or whosoever to bring it to
not for the public. So apparently in some of those meetings they throw in also chief, you know, also real life the uniform brigade, what we get, you're not prepared for anything. But we get beginning here. You know, beginning here, we used to lead a man in real and go Kakata and capture Kakata and come out with the pickle and say, gentlemen, let's go there. Capture it. You remember your Pajo Sulu? Oh yeah, when Pajo Sulu was fighting crime in this country, ask the manager of the police headquarters, the police basement. Pajo Sulu used say, oh, that Duboro, man, Duboro, yeah, what about Duboro? Oh, beyond so place. Okay, around Duboro cemetery, Pajo will go there, they will stop the car around New Liberia. A friend policeman will get down. He tell them, say, yeah, black so. I'll go there and left fire on it. You know, when they be running, you start tracking it down. He himself go to where the crime is, what the men are doing. Hey, lay down. Give me your gun, give me your food, give me your one. Patrick will go there. Before the men know Patrick grab two men, they in handcuff. He beating them, bringing them.
They are leaders.
Oh no, that Patrick's strength. And of course, like the VP said, there are people like that. But the information is not for the public. It is not for ELBC. That you talking about, I'm talking to.
Yeah.
No, I'm being honest because you declassify it. That you talking to the why I'm talking to. It's not for the public. It is not for the public, VP.
Cheche Pole VP.
You know one of my regrets. You know one of my regrets. I was not a policymaker in the Weahs administration.
Okay.
No, I mean I used to love the administration. I still love it, but I didn't have that position of proximity where I could make things work. Jerome, to solve the country problem, it's not a difficult thing. The first thing the leader must be willing to work with all Liberians.
It should be a listening leader.
Listening leader.
Yeah.
Maybe like George Weah, you know, maybe like Manaseli. Manaseli could listen sometimes, you know, but she used to let her out say too more. And I said it was spoiling the country, she could not talk. So
like when I blood thing.
Yeah. So I look.
It can happen.
Yeah. You know, so. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to work with other people in the country. Work with other people. One of my regrets, I didn't have that direct proximity. No, I didn't have it. You know, I was not a government official like that where I could, you know, actually get things done. Too many things would have changed. Every government would need all kind of people around. People from different innovative perspective. A simple way to run the country, a simple way to run it. You have the ability, you have the availability, you have the resources, you have the manpower. Who told you Liberia is short of manpower? That vindictiveness make the country suffering. That anger, jealousy, hatred, that what making the country suffering. You know that Jerome is capable of doing the job. Well, because you hate Jerome for a political affiliation. And so you deprive Liberia of a genius. So you get Bobo then sitting down there. Because they are political, friends. And so they are left to spoil it.
And the damaging there, at the same time, you defending them.
Yeah.
And that suppressed the ordinary folks all over.
We got to go and take our calls.
There where we are.
But Mr. Vice President, you wrongly spoke. If anybody call from Guinea say, "Oh, they're arresting you," I will blame you. If anybody call from Sierra Leone say, "Oh, they're arresting you for no reason," we will blame you. That statement you made, it's an affront to your neighbors. To say we got people here who can come, even when you got people who can do it, it remains classified.
Yes. Exposing the nation's strength.
You know nothing America can do? You'll not tell you.
But have you seen America all over?
America,
where the people they can be.
America crying holding on Iran. Iran, you want to get nuclear weapon. They're saying that Iran because they just want Iran they won't make Iran arm thick. They know what they got. They know that even when Iran gets something, Iran just fizzy. They know what they tested on Japan before. Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They know what they tested there.
But have you ever seen American man driving on a screw on an independent day to be showing that gun there the way other country can do? No.
To be showing the military power. So that's saying about things you don't do. But Mr. Vice President, unfortunately, that the responsible thing what you say you're gonna do. Imagine you're not responsible.
Yeah. Madam? Particular my friend.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah.
Don't be thinking now, if best friend,
yeah.
So you'll get money to go buy something.
Yeah.
Why expect nothing?
Expect nothing. Imagine if you guys were not. Imagine you guys are responsible.
Yeah.
So imagine if you guys were not responsible.
Imagine
the president responsible. He said those who create vaccine in their dogs. They're asking about people being homeless in the country. He said, "God, I'm making new land."
He said, he like to listen to cause.
Donald Trump saying, deport plenty Liberians in America who not get Google people. He said, "You say you're America. You say you're living good life." Donald Trump coming. Imagine if these people were not responsible. They're responsible not their statement like that. They are responsible and they can sound like that. Imagine if they were not responsible. Man, what I was saying. What have we done to ourselves?
They say whenever the victim struggles vigorously to protect himself, he's been made a criminal while the criminal attitude goes to the victim.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll take calls.
From the center to interior, keeping us safe, the stopping ground for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper.
Okay, let's go and take a few calls. 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation on 87.9 plus 231 86 500 104 for the international line. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Quickly.
How you doing? Whatever, how you doing, Jerome?
We are great, man.
Fine, no, on St. Paul's speech.
Whatever, these people think they want to put our lives at risk, but the Almighty God will not do it. No one will come in the country. What that means say, to show that the people already here, the best will we and in our kind of misunderstanding. Then you go say that thing. If you say the thing what you say and the thing what you are talking about, say what is the difference between it? What is the difference? Down the city, you thought that beating already. You call the people in the statement you were making.
Yeah.
The statement you made, you call the people in.
Yeah.
Then you change it. You say 3 persons can go to 3 towns.
Some kind of country.
Yeah.
Capture one big city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I understand to you. What are the people doing here, so man?
That the book
What
people.
is doing here, so?
That the book people.
No, man.
That the book people.
That one, that to say, Amata.
Thank you, man. Thank you, ma. Helena. Let me even talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, good evening. This is Saturday joining from Basel.
Go ahead, Saturday from Grand Basel. Let's hear you. You heard the vice president?
You know, I listened to it, my brother. I was confused. But they have a special person that can catch up whole time in the country. So, you know, it be my imagination. For a vice president to speak the small child, you know, my brother, it be my imagination. So, we let Labrador put more look at it. And it's an educator. You will build out of Ghana that will speak in Labrador ourselves will give us. So that's what it's going to work.
Thank you. Thank you from Grand Basel. Let's leave you and talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? Where you join us from?
Yeah, good evening, KOK.
Good evening, Chief. Let's hear you. Where you join us from, Chief?
Yeah, KOK. This statement not coming from KOK. This statement coming from Ajewu Roosevelt. When you see the back, when you see people saying that, Joe, we are not coming back. Joe, we are not coming back. And it's forcing the report depending on the use again that we're putting to it now. Look, this statement requires fewer investigators. There is the point of Sabu Rasta, KOK. I don't know you for the concern I'm going for justice. No, because I stand for justice. So, KOK, we're not allowed. No, let's say that Sabu Rasta saying it here. There is a statement coming from the vast president of the Republic of Liberia. Can you imagine when people tell the question, BTO lawmakers, they will cheat our people and they're telling you that Georgia is not coming back?
Okay, we leave you right there. This is not the Georgia electoral situation. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute.
Hello, okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. Quickly, 1 minute. No time.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. This is Lucien calling from the USA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay. Our people, Jeremiah Kwanku don't understand leadership. You know, when you look at the statement that Jeremiah Kwanku made, it could implicate Liberia, especially when we having this type of situation with a border.
Yep.
There is a vice president.
Yep.
Before he speak, he got people that's supposed to even tell him what to say because he's the second person in command.
That's right.
And two, there is the same vice president who says that the former president is a common citizen. Kyoko, let me just say this. Even the former president of the United States, Barack Obama, as we speak, he still got CIA protecting him. George Bush, the same. Because these people, they have been holding sensitive information of the United States. So even the lead power, they still have access to those information. So you can't look at them and call them common citizens. No, they are not. Not the Oma in Douala market or the Papa in some part of Grand Cayman County. But you see, because our people, the power, you know, Jeremiah Kwanku was selling tablet in the bush, and then today he become vice president. So we got to understand that, because if you understand the fundamental basis of leadership, to utter a statement, sometimes you have to think it, because your statement can implicate the nation. Your statement can put the nation into problem.
Thank you, sir. We'll leave you right there and go to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Quickly.
Yeah, okay. Good afternoon from my end, son.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
from Minnesota.
You and Jerome.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah, from Minnesota. Okay, sorry, my voice is cracking up because I got a cold. But you know, it's almost the same thing with Yeke. So what are the legislature or the House of Representatives, what are they saying now about this man's statement? Putting the whole country, because the whole country, we understand that here. You understand me? Because we got family in Guinea. Putting the whole country, putting people life in. I'm confused. I'm lying down here confused. Listening to you, Papa. I'm confused.
Okay, thank you.
Where are these people? Where the man coming from?
Thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Quickly, no time.
Yeah, how are you? This is Alhaji Ba calling from South Korea.
Go ahead, Alhaji. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Do you know how many coups take place in Guinea every month? Do you know? So this thing, anything happen in Guinea, few months or few days from now, they will hold Liberia responsible for the statement of the vice president. If people don't know the implication of that statement he made, they should get to know right now. The junta leader that is in Guinea, every month they have coup d'etat in Guinea. This thing should be taken very seriously for that statement, because anything that goes wrong in Guinea, they are going to hold Liberia responsible.
Okay, from South Korea, we leave you right there. Let's come back to the person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? 1 minute, no time.
Hey, okay, how you doing? How you doing to Jerome?
We are great. Let's hear you.
Well, okay. You see, the problem is, it is not about what you say from your mouth. You understand? When these guys were lying to the Liberian people, praising themselves, making themselves to look like they were a new breed of people with a brand new idea put into them to come and run Liberia. They didn't know Liberia was running on its can. Our people were deceived. Our people were lied to. Can you imagine a vice president? You know, Jeremiah is a little boy. Jeremiah, a little boy, he still wants to enjoy himself. So he's still thinking about those days why he was hustling God in Nima County. Why he was hustling God. Now you are a vice president, just as you said, okay, mistakenly anything happened to Joseph Boakai. It's Jeremiah Kung. Why do he take Liberia? Our people are not doing those judgments. Where is Liberia going? It is about time that Liberia now sit down. We're going to 2029 election. And we elect a president and a vice president. If just in case something happens, where do our country go? What do we expect out of our country?
Okay.
Are we going to vote on the tribal lines, or are we going to vote to have leadership?
Thank you.
Provide leadership for us.
Thank you.
Okay, let me just close on this. Let me close on this quickly, okay? Like the debate that is in town about this dog issue. And I see a lot of my brothers coming because of my post, they're attacking me. Look, Joseph Boakai was not addressing a group of people. He was not a motivational speaker for any group. Winston Churchill was a motivational speaker in Great Britain. He was addressing the people, a group of people that needed to be focused. He was directing them to a particular focusing position about their lives, encouraging them. Joseph Boakai was speaking to Liberians. And he was directly addressing Liberians. He mentioned Liberians that live in the diaspora. And he said, they're not here, we are here. And before using his metaphor, his so-called metaphor that everybody on Facebook trying to back. Look, Liberia, we need to be serious. When it is wrong, let it be wrong. Like I asked one of my brothers, be sincere to me. If this metaphor had come from Joshua, what will you say at the time?
Okay, thank you.
What will you say?
Thank you.
And thank you, and God bless you. Okay.
We'll leave you right there. We'll leave you. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Good afternoon, KOK.
Quickly, let's hear you. Then we take three more persons.
Okay, I'm calling for attention.
Go ahead.
I'm happy. KOK, when the vice president say they get 2, 3, 4 people to fight Kenya and Anna, the person that depend on they are police that they are rebel. But the point that depend on to go to Freetown to big Kamajo to go fight. The point that depend on and who will not depend on and we depend on God. You not can destroy our country and not can kill us for the second time because we're not able. Because they're not running the country the real way. They say we are not able to run government. We are what professional for the country. Nothing was embarrassing. Everything was going smooth. People were just complaining. None of the people were complaining. They are saying, who the Liberian people, who the citizens, they are complaining. Nana. Okay, thank you for your knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's take the second to the last person. Then we call it a day. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you. This is Edmond Khan, concerned Liberian for justice.
Go ahead, Edmond.
You know, yeah, the last time when I listened to Bob, this is not the first time the vice president is, kind of messed up on the media. When all the vice president faced the microphone, he said something that becomes very, very unbecoming. You remember over the cassette of Prince Johnson when he went to go pay a tribute? The man said Prince Johnson was very, very inconsistent. But one thing you knew about him, if he get $5,000 for him when he from County, you call him, he will come there for him. What the meaning of that? So he's not just good facing the microphone. I don't care how tutoring a guy could have tried to advise you what to say, what not to say. You want to tell me common sense. Couldn't I tell you as the vice president of the republic, you're going to go face a journalist, ask the question about Guinea. You needed to say that you got men here. But this is what the last time we said that the statement that Naked Bot made, it was a classified information that you do have. We said that the Naked Bot were getting information, were getting some call from higher up. Oh yeah, because the same thing Naked Bot said, that the same thing the vice president said, that when Naked Bot said the people would be at the border, we would be in Guinea.
Naked Bot.
Okay. Okay, but just as the vice president tried to play around to say 2 to 3 men can capture some city here in some country. But Naked Bot said we would be in Guinea and they would be at the border here. That is the city. This is all we said. The guy was speaking from an informed background. But guess what the vice president said? The Guru 72nd is made of only those that are born with disability. Can you imagine that? How can a vice president come to the public and speak like that? Well, you're not speaking from an informed background. What a youngster you, what the statistics, how you know that all those that are part of G77, they are all people that are born with disability. Can you imagine that? So the vice president need to try. The guys around here, like he said, need to help him up. When you come to the microphone, you don't speak like a leader. I don't know what is happening to him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there and take the last caller, then we call your day. This person, hello, how are you? How you doing? Go ahead.
The people, what all they doing, I just can't like it to play. Oh, they want to fear in Liberia. What all they doing, they be people happy with him. So in other words, we just keep waiting for the people to wish for it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Jerome? Yeah, we got to go home. We are out of time.
Yeah. So, on behalf of our princess here, we'll be here tomorrow. And we say thanks to all of you. So, princess, be well.
Okay, so there are too many things we'll talk about. Too many things we'll talk about on today. There was a whole lot of issues. We apologize. We're not on the radio this morning. We apologize. We were not on the radio this morning. Abu Shari, our brother, could not bring you Freedom Morning Rise because the station had a very serious hit last night because of the lightning. One of our generators spoiled. It damaged on other equipment here, and we are just managing for today on the other generator, which is not too strong. So it's a whole difficult thing. We're trying to, manage to see if we can come back on tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whatever the case is. But it is really, 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 really difficult. Yeah, those who want to reach out, we are open up, for you to reach out so that we find some solution. It is challenging. The lightning destroy our generator and other equipment here, and it is worrisome. We are having a lot of issues, solving it. But we'll return here on tomorrow. Yes, we'll return here on tomorrow. Until then, until we do so, have yourself a wonderful time. Keep listening to Freedom Radio Liberia. Keep playing the cash giveaway here on 87.9. Let's go home to be right back on the People's Radio.